It is time for this disclaimer, and then we're going to go to what?
Through the Grapevine.
Through the Grapevine. It's a little messy time. Go ahead.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Okay, so our Through the Grapevine today actually comes from here in the city of Houston. Here at the George Bush International Airport, they found a human trafficking victim, and she was hiding out for 10 days.
Wow.
There in the airport. So they found her. One of the trained professionals, because like people in airports and hospitals and stuff are trained to kind of notice the signs. And so someone noticed, and thankfully she's been rescued.
Yeah, so she was in there 10 days before anyone noticed that she was
because
hiding
she
away.
was moving around, she was
trying to blend
in. She was afraid. She's in unfamiliar areas. She know that she's being trafficked there to come and be.
She was hiding from the traffickers.
Yes, which was searching for her while she was there. So my heart goes out to her, and then also to the person that found her, that wasn't so busy, wasn't so caught up in just doing their job, and they paid attention to something that was.
And so this was here in Houston,
right here in Houston, where the airport, where your wife frequents, all the time.
Yeah.
So. Sex trafficking in Texas is, especially Houston, is one of the worst places in the nation.
Really?
And absolutely. And I do want to share this.
I thought that was a thing that was abroad, across the pond.
It is the worst in the nation.
Really?
We've had to be trained on it. And I do want to share this. There is a universal sign to look for when a person is being trafficked. If you see someone and this thumb is tucked and these four fingers are crossed over, that is an indication that they have been trafficked. So please call 911.
So if the
tucking the thumb, folding the four over.
So that means that they're trying to give you a sign.
This is a sign that they have been trafficked.
Hey guys, out there on YouTube, Facebook, please, we are being trained and educated. I want you to please take the time, look into the camera. And really teach us all what to look for. Not just in the airports, everywhere we go. Look for that.
So the universal sign to indicate that someone has been trafficked, their thumb will be tucked, and then these four fingers will be folded over. So if you see that, call 911. Don't hesitate to call 911. And if you're in the state of Houston, be vigilant, be aware, because it is one of the places in the nation where sex trafficking is the worst. It's here. So.
Can I ask a question now? This is something, have they been taught to do this, or there are different signs that are put up everywhere for them to, like in the restrooms? I noticed that we have a lot in the female restrooms. There are different, call this number, do this. But of course, when I see call this number, you don't have any money. So how could they make a call? So that's where this is coming.
I think so. And when I originally saw this, it was via social media. And then I ended up doing a class because I wanted to work with human sex trafficked victims with trauma. And so they taught us about this. And they're like, if you see this, this is a clear indication that thumb will be tucked and these will be folded over.
Wow. Aaron, I'm busting through the scenes over here. There is something that's in the workings that we are LV with Val. No, I'm sorry. Lord have mercy. LV Enterprise Resources Inc. is also going to, which is our nonprofit. This has been heavy on my spirit, and definitely Aaron, and that is definitely an area that we are going to start supporting and working with and reaching out to different organizations to partner with us, because, and to hear you say that, because when they are, when someone has been through that, there is so much trauma, it's so much need, it's so much that needs to be, they need help. And counseling is, in my opinion, it's definitely one of the most important ones. So just to hear you say that, I will be hollering at you. Okay, then. Wow.
And so the most important thing I think we can gather out of this is that we need to be more vigilant. We need to pay attention to people outside of ourselves, you know, and stop being so absorbed with yourself in life, and really start paying attention to people outside of yourself.
And I think a lot of times too, like I've noticed even in like the bathroom at doctors too, it'll say like, if you need help, let a staff member know. Or I even know if you go to bars and someone's like being creepy, you can order, I think it's called like an angel shot or something. And that's something where how you can let the bartender know that like someone is making me uncomfortable. So
what is that called?
I think it's, I could be wrong, but I think it's angel shot.
You can also, I've also heard that with like when you go get like your haircut and stuff, because a lot of times, especially if people are like being kidnapped or like under like really tight time strains, like if they're like, you're like, oh, you have to dye your hair and it's going so quickly, you can say ask for an angel cut. So
and that also means that's saying to the stylist and someone, hey, I need help.
Yeah, I think it's just important to not be afraid to ask, like, you know, service workers, if, you know, if you're out in public, if you need help of any sort, even if it's not just human trafficking, if, you know, you're experiencing abuse of any kind, to reach out to the people around you, even if they're not close to you.
I think one of the hardest things for people when you're in need of help is to ask for help. But I think that what is the most helpful thing is when you see a need, you meet a need. You know, stop being so caught up in yourself. You see a need, meet a need. If you see someone kind of off and fidgety, you know, it's not that you're get into their business, but just
and that's
everything
the problem.
okay?
There's a lot of people don't want to get involved in nobody's life, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's the major hiccup with us as people. Go ahead, Benny.
No, just like you were saying earlier, imagine a society where it was just natural for us to, those little indications of being self-aware. A lot of crimes or these abuses, it would be so difficult to do, pull off, and because we would all
be
vigilant.
Yes. And so, wow, I think this was a great grapevine. Thanks for bringing it.